Okay, after this, I'm gonna use the Postman. You can create account and download this app to test your API endpoint. First, I'm gonna create a collection. I will call this dispatcher API, and then gonna create a new folder here. I will call this authentication. Gonna add another request. I will call this register. Okay, and here our register is the pass method. So let's check this. First I'm gonna run our project here, and then I'm gonna copy this. You can use localhost instead of this IP address. Then we have v1 API v1 or register here. So I'm gonna change this to our base URL. So let's create the environment. You can create it here, or you can just click on this and add this one. And then this environment, I will call it this local dispatcher API env, and I will create first variable. We will call it base URL. I copy this, and then we have another one. I will call it base URL v1, the same as this, but we will have API v1 like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna close this, and then we have to choose the environment here, and then I'm gonna change this to our base URL v1 variable. Base URL v1. Okay. Alright, so let's test it out. Okay, it seems work. So I'm gonna send some field here. It is inside here. So let's call this. We will send it to the body here. Username, hello world. Phone number 123, password 123. Confirm does not exist, so let's check this. Confirm, it seems should be ed here. So let's check this out. Okay, this one should be a character, and then password, it needs another field called password confirmation 1 2 3 4 5. Let's say 5 6 6 here. Okay, so we did our request here, and then gonna sell this, and then what we do here, we first, let's check here. First we get the data from request. Second, we insert to user table, and third, we send. When we insert, we need to let's say here we send SMS code to user. So in here I think we miss out another field here. Let's create another field check this, the migration. Oh, it's here. Okay, migration. We should have another field. I will call it timestamp. We should have verify at. This one to check if the user is already verified by the SMS code. So I will check it. Let it nullable. And default should be null too. Let's say default. I think this no need to be set default here because this should be null already. So close this. Okay. Alright, so first we get the data. The data here, request, validate it, and then we create user, create user should be import here, user from model here, create the data here, and then we send a notification. So how do we send this? I'm gonna send the JSON first, send a response first. So let's return the OB response builder here, okay, and then we can call it success. Success, take the data first. So let's send the data and the API code. Say 200. This one is the message. So in here, before we send this, I think we should remigrate the table first. But before this, I'm gonna test the data first. Make sure it works, and then we have to customize our message. So let's check this first. Okay, but the message here, so we gonna use another method here. I'm gonna return response builder, and then use as success with message. This message here we gonna use length get. This one I will check this one, the language here. You can have multiple language here, so but I'm only use one language for now. So let's check this. We're gonna add the file is the auth, and the message is let's test with the file first. Length should be import properly. Okay, with message, and then we will have another function called with data. So let's attach our data here, and then the last one is build. This is the customize our response. So let's test this. Okay, the message is correct. You see here. So how do we shorten this to make it work all the controller? So let's go to our let's close all this first. Let's go to the controller here. This controller, we extend all our controller here, so we can use this function inside this controller. So let's call it public function success with data. Okay, so let's say success with message SG. And then we will have the data. The default will be null, and we will have placeholder. Let's call it, and this one should be message, but the message we use the key here, so I'm gonna call it string. Okay, string is the key. Oops, this one, the key. And another one I will call it this one should be array, and another one I will call it file. Let's say file string 2, the file name. The file should be I will call it, the default is API message, so let's create another file here in the length folder. Oops. Or you can just copy this API MSG, and then we remove all this. Let's say register success. You have been registered successfully. Okay, and then let's go back to this one. This one we can our message will be length get. The first one is our file, and that is start, and the second one is let's say this one should be null too. This one should pass the key here, so let's say is the key equal to null, empty, and then if not or else we will get a message here. So let's copy our response builder here, return. Okay, with message, so we will pass the message here. Alright, so seems it's look good. So we were about to access the success with message from controller directly. This one is if this function through the error, it will trigger the catch. We set it here, and then it will auto send the JSON response as the error response. Okay, so this one we can call this success with message, and then this one we will pass the data. Okay, and now the default is the API /AMSG, so we can access it here. We will use this key, and you can use something like this, but this is already default, so if you use another file you can define it here. So I'm gonna remove this. Alright, so let's check is everything is work. Okay, and then I'm gonna add another one, call it this one should respond, right? So, okay, and we can add another function called error with message. So this one, let's first I'm gonna the first method should be message. The second one should be the data. It can be null, and the third one should be error code. Let's say error code. Let's say Muno2 is the bad request here. So let's return here. I'm gonna return the message should be the same. Let's change this a bit. Okay, right, this one I will copy this. Okay, this one it should be key here. Alright, so let's return it here. This one let us error with the error code, and then the message with data and bill. So should be work. And this one respond. For this library there are configuration with the localization, and you can use the translate too, so please check this package if you want more advanced configuration, like the API code auto translate with the, just pass the error code. You can automatically translate the something here. I think there are many setup in config, this one, and then you can set your API code here, and you can assign the message here, but I'm not gonna cover this one. But if you want to configure it, just go to this package GitHub repository to check this, their documentation. So this one should be enough for now. Alright, so let's go back to our register controller, and then I'm gonna test this function first as error with message. This one, let's say register data can send null. This one key, let's just test it. Okay, error with message. Let's check this first. I'm gonna change the response here. The response should be this one. So let's shorten this. After this one should be removed. Let's put this one instead. Okay, so it should work. Okay, so everything should be work now. I'm gonna tidy up this a little bit. So let's remove this. Alright, this one, to avoid this warning, you can remove this through and remove this one too. Okay, then check this again. Okay, and then this one should be respond. I will use this. Okay, just shorten this. Oops, respond. Okay, remove all these. So now everything looks pretty good for now. So after that, let's refresh our migration. PHP artisan migrate, refresh. Okay, and then but I have to add our personal key, passport, client, personal. This one is not useful for now, but you have to set this. You always have to enter this command when you refresh the passport table, because it requires the personal key to generate authenticate to generate the personal set token. So let's change this. I will call it dispatcher API. Okay. So now let's create a user, create data. Alright, this one should not be registered successful. Remove this. This one should be SMS code send. This one verification code has been sent it to your phone number. Okay, and then what we do next here, after we create user, we have to insert SMS code to SMS confirmation table, and then we fire an event. This one we can use observer, but I think yes, we should use observer confirmation, and then this one we can fire the event to the notification channel to the below. Okay, let's say send code where low service to phone number. Okay, and then let's this one add insert. So we have, let's check our database first. Over is dispatch API here. So this one. Okay, this one. Alright, phone number and code. So the first one, I'm gonna create an observer. So to create an observer, we use PHP artisan make observer. and then we call it user observer, and then we can use our model. Our model is inside user and user, I guess. Check this. Okay. And then let's check our observer here. Okay, this one is an event that fire after this action, after user is created, updated, deleted, restore, or fork delete. There are many more like deleting, creating, but it is not usually used. So right now we only use this one, created. So what we do with here, first we create it, but let's check this one first. We gonna insert it here, SMS verification. So let well, I think it should not relate to SMS code, I guess. Just create SMS here, I guess. This one should only fire notification to this one should be only send verify code to user phone number only. So I'm gonna create SMS here. SMS confirm. SMS here. Create. This one I'm gonna create a code. Let's say public function generate unique code as my code. This one I'm gonna generate a unique SMS code. So to do that, let's say 6 code, and we use random here, and then let's when we use the random, it have a little chance that the code is duplicate. So to check how to check this, we need to check it with the SMS verification here to make sure it is unique. So to do that, let's say SMS code, SMS verification, where code here first. Okay, is SMS code equal to null? Is it not exist? So let's return the code, or else let's return this generate, return its own function here. This one should be return int. Okay, let's say it's true too. Check here. Check this, and then generate unique SMS code, and I show you here unique. Okay, want to change here. Alright, so check this first. We need to create it here. The code should be, let's say the code here, equal to generate Unicode here. And then we need to create SMS code. First one is the phone number. Take it from user phone number. Second one is the code, like this. Okay. Expire at this one. We can use carbon at minute, carbon now at minutes, minute here, then let's say 5 minutes. Okay, and then should be this one. Use about the date term, you should always insert the UTC timestamp, so when you display to the client, you can use the time zone or the client to pass this that time to their time zone. So I think it should be work. Alright, so let's test this out first. We check this. Okay, so let's check this first. Okay, we done this one. Let's say protect login ID. Just now user should be add, I guess. User. Okay, it already add. This one should be validate the unique, I guess. Username, phone number. Let's say just one. Success with message must be type array. Oops, we have another type error here. Let's go back to here. This one not always array. The collection too. So I will say collection, guess. Or null. Oh, you don't need to pass the type here, it's okay too. So not gonna mess with this. This one, let's check this first. Okay, much. No type too. So I think it's fine, just do not need to define type here. Okay, let's go back. Maybe have the duplicate again. Okay. Alright, it's work. So these two is work. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then let's do the third one. Is the send the code to Twilio service. But before that, I'm gonna tidy up the code first. So let's create a service called authentication service. Let's go to oops. Let's go to our folder here. I'm gonna add another folder. I will call it service, and then we gonna change our composure here. We have to add the class map here, class map. Okay, and then we can define our folder app slash service. Okay, and then I'm gonna add another folder. I will call it thread. Okay, let's add another folder here, app thread. Alright, so should be well. So after that we have to run composure dump autoload, and then it gonna load our class here, class folder here. So after that I'm gonna create another serve1 file, call it the class. I will call it user service. Okay, then I'm going to add a function here. We call it add user SMS confirmation code. This one we take the user, the parameter, then we can copy our code here. This one too, just move it here. This one should be private, we don't need to call it outside this. Then let's go back and copy it out here. Okay, and then let's check this first. Okay, just return SMS, this one. Alright, this one let's say add user SMS confirmation code. This one should be return SMS confirm. Okay, let's remove this. Again, it auto type for you for PHP stop. You can inline here, it recommend you to inline, so let's inline here. Okay, and this one, because I'm not a mess with this, so let's go back. We're gonna inject the service here. Let's inject our user service, and then we can call the service here user, and then just pass our user here. So this one I'm gonna return the user instead. Okay, alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is send the code where to below service to phone number. This one I will write the code here first, but I'm gonna move this code to our observer next. So this one, let's check this first. Type error again. Okay, register new user. Okay, that's all for this video. In the next video, we're working on how to integrate Twilio API with our Laravel project. Thank you.